Sports, Nebraska's home for championship sports, is at Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2016 Girls Nebraska High School Bowling Federation State Championships. And good morning, everyone. I'm Larry Putnam along with Stephanie Johnson. Good to have you with us as we kick off 2 consecutive days of state high school championships right here on NET Sports. We will crown 8 champions in bowling over the next 2 days right here on NET. My broadcast partner is a 12-time Team USA member, Stephanie Johnson.
Thank you so much. I've had the opportunity to bowl across the world, and never have I seen a high school arena setting just like this. It's going to be phenomenal to watch these athletes showcase their talents and their accomplishments.
A couple of teams going for multiple state championships. We'll have that throughout the morning right here on NET, but we kick it off next in Class D. It's Plainview taking on Newman Grove when we come back.
No matter how you look at it, animal agriculture helps Nebraska's economy. The livestock industry provides increased tax revenues for schools and community services. Livestock enterprises also create jobs while contributing to existing businesses such as local banks and grocery stores. A thriving livestock industry helps maintain our current way of life, but also provides opportunities for the next generation of farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff helps to raise awareness of the importance of animal agriculture to Nebraska.
Funding for the NHSBF State Championships was provided by the Lincoln Bowling Association through grants from the Allen and Marcia Baer Foundation and the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation. Reminding you that more than 1,000 high school students compete statewide in varsity bowling.
NET Sports in the Game, winning America's top awards for sports journalism, event coverage, and original documentaries. The NET Sports Team chronicles Nebraska's epic events and sports stories. NET Sports is Nebraska's home for sports.
Nebraska's best high school bowlers compete for state championships in the sports crowning event. See all the action tomorrow when the boys take the lanes during the Nebraska High School Boys Bowling Championship. Live action begins tomorrow morning at 8 Central on NET. Live streaming is available at netnebraska.org and on the NET Nebraska app.
Well, there is more bowling championships, State High School Federation Bowling Championships on NET Sports. That's Nebraska's best high school boys competing tomorrow beginning at 8 a.m. Central on NET and on the web at netnebraska.org/sports. Also, you can check out the NET app as well. Download that and check out the State High School Bowling Championships. Let's take a look at these two teams. We talked about Plainview and Newman Grove. We'll begin with the Pirates of Plainview. Kaylee Rayford, number 21, a junior in the starting lineup, along with Brittany Pospisil, Devin Solomon, Becca Wills, Ashlyn Huffert, and Jaden Dorr. Those are your bowlers for the Pirates of Plainview. Here's a look at Newman Grove. The Blue Jays, 7-1 on the year under head coach Tim Kruger. Nancy Kopecki is the assistant. Krista Salinas, Savannah Weesey, Bridget Borgheink, Alexis Kopecki, Lupe Estrada, Vanessa Araguin, and Camille Fawkes. Those are the bowlers for Newman Grove. We'll be working on those pronunciations throughout the game, without a doubt. Good to have Stephanie Johnson with us. Welcome to the broadcast on NET Sports. You've seen bowling across the country, and you see these girls here now in an arena, lights turned on, about ready to throw shots in front of family and friends in the stands who are cheering. Talk about the nerves and the emotions that go on right now.
It can be very nerve-wracking. It's a very cool setting, lights, camera action, so
how'd you deal with nerves?
I think you just have to really focus on, it's just bowling. You're with your team, you've made it this far, have a great time, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen, but you never know if you'll be back in this arena again, so enjoy the moment and have fun.
There is Plainview. So the Pirates and the Blue Jays for the Class D State Championship. Now, the way this format works, if you're not familiar to high school bowling, this is a Baker Championship format. So the best of 5 Baker games, and what Baker means essentially is Each bowler, now in classes D and C, there are 4 bowlers per team that are actually in the starting lineup. So 2 bowlers will bowl 3 frames, and 3 bowlers will bowl 2, but on a rotating basis. So 1 bowler bowls the first frame, and then again the 5th, and then would be the 9th, if I got my math correctly.
Yes.
So I'm trying to run it through my head. So
Basically, they rotate.
That's right. So up on the left-hand lane is Plainview. That's Kaylee Rayford. And here on the right-hand lane is Crystal Salinas. Salinas, a senior for Newman Grove. She's glad to be back in the starting lineup and kicks the 5-pin out of there for the strike. Good start for the Blue Jays.
Great start, and looks like she missed first half of her season due to a car accident, so I'm sure she's glad to be back and part of the team.
Absolutely. So Rayford trying to convert the spare. And good cover off a shaky start for Kaylee Rayford. Now up on the right-hand lane, this is Savannah Weesey. Weesey, a senior, averages 149 on the year. Double, big double to start it off for the Blue Jays.
That's what you want to see, that excitement.
Here's Brittany Pospisil. Brittany was stringing them together in practice before the match started. Here's Bridget Borgheink. I think her coaches have been saying her name wrong all year. I asked Coach, how do you pronounce her last name? They said it, and she turned around and said, no, it's Borgheink.
I'm going to guess that's not the first time that's happened.
Probably not. Now looking for the conversion on the left-hand lane.
Ooh.
The right approach there, going
right.
right at that spare, right? I mean, that's what you want to do. And
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of games left.
so here's Borgheink. She'll try to convert on the right-hand lane. Off of the double. That's a good pin count. Gets 8. That gives Newman Grove 46 through 3 frames. On the right-hand lane now, Alexis Kopecki. Gets the 10 pin out, leaves the 7. So work yet for Kopecki on the right-hand lane. Well, these two teams will switch lanes after 5 frames. And just misses the conversion. So back-to-back opens for Plainview has given Newman Grove an early 14-pin lead through 3.
But you never know with this sport. You know, anything can happen.
These two teams survived a lot to get here to these finals. Yesterday, the just gets that 7 pin, so a nice
Hung on there.
job on the conversion. There were only 4 qualifying games, individual games, which also go toward and count toward the singles competition here at State. But after those 4 games were complete, they seeded the teams, and these were the 2 teams that were seeded 1 and 2 by almost 100 pins. Plainview was seeded number 1, Newman Grove seeded number 2. So then they had to play Baker matches against the other teams. So they both won 2 matches yesterday just to get here to these state finals. And there is
Certainly no easy journey. So they should be very proud
Right.
to be in this setting right now.
now on the right-hand lane. Salinas tries
Looks
to convert.
good.
And good coverage.
Again, what an exciting opportunity for these girls to showcase their talents.
Hook in there. Does she get the 6-pin or 4-pin to fall? It doesn't. So 4-pin left remaining on the left-hand lane for Kaylee Rayford. So Rayford will close out the 5th frame here, and then the two teams will switch sides. It doesn't look like much of a goofball right now, does she? Coach says she's one that always has fun, keeps everybody loose.
Again, I think the lights will do that to you.
Absolutely. Covers it up, and a good cover by Rayford. So through 5 frames, the lead for Newman Grove. They've converted on 4 of their 5 frames. Right back to it we go on the right-hand lane. Comes in a little high. Some work to do there. Now on the right-hand lane, 3-9-10, not an easy conversion here. Tried to take that 10 pin off the wall and kick it back into the 9.
That would be an exciting conversion.
Would have been. So here's Weesey, Savannah Weesey, the senior, one of the team leaders for the Blue Jays.
Ooh, almost got it off the wall there. Still in good shape, though. They have a 22-pin lead over Plainview going into the 7th frame.
Here's Devin Solomon. Devin, the junior, averages 135. Now Borgheim back up on that left-hand lane.
I think you got it that time.
I like that. Hey, got the mixer.
There we go.
7-10 and out. Those are always fun.
A little redemption from her 3rd frame performance.
That's right. I wonder what the heart rate is right now at some people, right?
I'm going to have to say it's fairly high. But yet, how exciting at the same time.
Alexis Kopecki. So Newman's strike in the 7th frame has extended that lead now. Now up by 30-plus pins, and that won't help the cause
tough
for the
spare.
Pirates. Of these two teams, Plainview was the higher seeded coming in. They rolled a bit better yesterday in qualifying by about, this was a little more than 100, about 150 pins better.
You can tell they're all so focused.
So 34-pin lead as we head to the 9th frame here in game number 1. Best of 5, as you see at the top of the screen there. So the first team to win 3 Baker games will be our new state champion in Class D.
What's kind of nice, Larry, is a lot of these girls just have a very simple game. Just pretty much straight down and in. Nothing too fancy.
Salinas tries to convert, just misses that left. So bit of an open door here, although game 1 about in the bags here for Newman. Really all Newman would need in the 9th frame is some good count to shut out Plainview. Big spare there, keeps the hopes alive. So now in the left-hand lane, 9 pins will shut out Plainview. So got
There
it.
we go.
And there it is. Kicks that head pin forward. So the shot by Savannah Weesey. And here's Pospisil. Pospisil has a nice game.
Yes.
Crosses that over. Good, solid finishing position.
Yeah.
High up through it with the hand.
And she's only a freshman, so she's got quite a bit of time left.
Very impressive looking freshman.
Some really exciting opportunities for these high school girls to start looking at some colleges.
And she might have needed those 9 pins, because back-to-back strikes for Pospisil.
That'll get them some momentum going into the next game.
But already a win in the books for the Blue Jays. So Weesey closes it out here. Their final tally will be 142, so Newman Grove takes game number 1, 142 to 132.
Great finish there.
There's a look at game number 1. 142-132. Newman Grove now up 1 game to none. Newman Grove has won 2 state championships in the last 3 years, looking for their 3rd in the 4th. Let's take a look at some of the individual performances this week. You see the girls Class D singles standings, and it was the freshman Brittany Pospisil winning the singles championship. She shot .520, well ahead of the field. Mackenzie Magsamen from Humphrey, Savannah we see here today. Kaylee Rayford rounding out that top 5.
She's getting right into it.
Ashley Groenthal rounding out that top 5 as we were just taking a look at the top 5. That would be your first team All-State. So as the Bowlers bowl 4 games yesterday, the first 3 games that they bowl actually count toward their total, so that was not a 4-game total, it was a 3-game total. It also gives an opportunity for coaches to allow everyone to bowl 3 games on the team to qualify at least for the top 10 in singles, which is a terrific way to format these state championships. We should probably mention the job done here at Sun Valley Lanes by John Lucido and his staff to allow these girls to be here in state championship finals arena. Good coverage for Plainview to start out game number 2.
Yes, they do a phenomenal job here at Sun Valley Lanes, providing this opportunity. Very exciting.
We see shot just a bit left. Looking for the double. Bit high, and leaves that high 4-9, but not a bad shot by Pospisil, just a bad break. Many times you carry that 9 to get that trip 4.
That's the beauty of our sport, you know. You can throw a good shot and not get a strike.
That's tough to understand when you're young, just starting out, right? You want rewarded every time.
It can be very frustrating.
That's right. But not for you. Not for pros. It's never frustrating, right?
Never.
Several bowling proprietors around the city of Lincoln involved in these state high school championships. Of course, the first round was not held just here at Sun Valley Lanes, but also at Hollywood Bowl and Parkway. So we want to give a shout out to those 2 setters who just did a terrific job in hosting other classes. And then they all converge here at Sun Valley Lanes on this Saturday morning for the state championships. Paul Porchy ran the show at Hollywood and Terry Jo Pedraza at Parkway. Everybody around here knows Kathy and Judy. They do such a terrific job helping us get all of our sheets and gather information from bowlers so that we can bring this to you on NET. So certainly a shout out and thanks to all of the folks involved. Bill Hoppy, your old cow, Bob Davis, and of course John Lucido right here at Sun Valley Lanes. Terrific job by all of the proprietors here in the city of Lincoln.
So many people behind the scenes that, you know, make all of this happen. Just wouldn't be possible without them.
Right. Borgheim with the conversion.
So we got a close match here.
It looks like Plainview's starting to settle in a bit. We talked about Newman Grove having won 2 previous state championships. Didn't win it last year, but they won the previous 2 years as she gets the 2-pin to trip forward.
Right.
It's shot by Solomon. And you wonder if maybe a little bit of the familiarity with the arena has to do with that. Newman Grove's been here a couple of times before. They've won 2 state championships in 13 and 14. First ever time in the arena finals for Plainview.
Very possible. It's always interesting in the team setting to see the momentum shift between teams. You know, happens all the time.
It can be one break, right? It can be one,
It
two.
can be one trip in a two
right.
pin. Now you got a double, and you just got to remain focused on your team.
So Kopecky will try to convert here. So Plainview with an opportunity here with a conversion to mark 4 of the first 5 frames and take a commanding lead here as we would flip lanes heading to the next 5. Just gets that 5 pin. Good conversion. And the smile.
Like
from
to see
Kaylee
that.
Rayford. Yeah. Thought she was going to trip the 6 pin. I mentioned it off the top, Salinas was not in the lineup for the first half of the season, was in a car accident, couldn't compete. So, you know, Coach Tim Kruger, Nancy Kopecky, glad to have her back in the lineup.
I'm sure she's just as excited to be here with her teammates and contribute how she can.
So as they cross over, good opportunity for us to tell you that this is an opportunity to pick up a copy of the 2016 Nebraska High School Girls and Boys Bowling Championships on DVD, offered by the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation. You can visit NHSBF.com and follow the links to preserve your state championships for a lifetime. We talked about the boys as well as there's a nice trip forward. 2 pin into the head pin, knocked it out. 4-2-1 forward. That's a standard shot from Miss Johnson here to my right.
Sometimes it is, right?
Absolutely. Crosses over, wiggles the 10, but can't get it down.
You can feel the energy change.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Plainview just looks more relaxed right now. Very, you can feel the.
Makes a big difference, though. Really does.
And that was Devin Solomon, just missing that 10 pin. So Borgheink now on the right lane to convert. Trying to pull it back to within about 40 if she can pick this up. There's a commanding lead at the turn. A 45 pin lead.
It's pretty substantial, but again, anything can happen.
That's right. So here's Kopecky.
It looks like some of her other hobbies involve softball as well, so that's exciting.
Ooh, just chopped it. So just chopped the conversion, but still with a big lead after back-to-back opens, but a bit of a window opening here for Newman Grove.
See if they can capitalize on that.
Spare here. Down by 37 pins. This could cut it to about 25.
It's close.
Got it.
There we go.
Just slid that 5 pin back.
You know what they say, it's never over till it's over.
We've seen that so many times here in the state championships as well. So now Salinas to try to cut into that lead on the right-hand lane.
You know, Kaylee Rayford, she says she likes high school bowling because she can eat food and drink while she's bowling. I mean,
What better sport is there?
where else can you do that,
That's
right?
right. You grab a soda
And
some
continue
food.
on.
Absolutely. That's 3 consecutive opens for Plainview, but had built up such a big lead in the first 5 frames that it's going to be tough.
Ooh,
as
another
they
chop spare.
Chop the head pin off. And that will do it. Best that Newman can have, Newman Grove, is 142. Plainview already with 142. Just needs to keep this in the lane, and that will do it. So Newman has come back here. Check that. Plainview has come back to take game number 2. And now all even at 1-1.
1-1.
Closing out game number 2 here. You bowled in high school bowling down in Florida.
I did.
Bowled at Central Florida.
I bowled college at University of Central Florida. I bowled high school down in Miami, Palmetto Senior High.
Oh, sure.
And we were fortunate that high school bowling in Florida was a varsity sport.
So sanctioned by your state association.
Yes, yes. And my senior year, I will note that I was on the boys team.
Is that right?
That I've seen a couple here, too.
That's right.
So that was really cool. You know, what other sport can you do that?
That's right. Something that the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation has been working on for several years is to try to get high school bowling recognized as a sanctioned sport within the Nebraska School Activities Association, the NSAA, a terrific governing body of all high school athletics here in the state of Nebraska. Good conversion.
Give him some confidence going into the next game. Looks like we're going to do a substitution here.
And that was Vanessa Aragwin, the sophomore, getting an opportunity to throw a shot there in the 10th. And now Camille Folks, the freshman, will get her opportunity here late. Always good as a young bowler to get an opportunity to step up and throw a shot here in the arena.
I think this might be Lupe Estrada.
Check that. You're right.
But good for her. Good count on that fill ball.
So the final there, 160 to 131. Plainview wins it, and we are now even at 1 apiece.
Just get right back into it.
Salinas back up to lead it off now for Newman Grove on the right-hand lane.
She does highlight that this is her last year of bowling, and she's just super excited to be here in the finals with her teammates, and hopefully they can go out with a bang.
Rayford just slides it.
So close.
4-pin right in front of the 7. Thought she had it. Coach thought so too. You can hear him.
It sounded like
in the
it.
background, yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to tell from here. Ooh, just got it.
So Salinas with that conversion. And Newman Grove back up early on here in game number 3, but a solid shot there.
Very nice.
By Brittany Pospisil. Shot by Devin Solomon. There's some work left there for Solomon. She's a junior, averages 135, which says she's a solid spare shooter.
Great spare conversion there by Savannah. She's also a senior and is happy to be here with her team and excited to be at the championships.
You can really see Savannah's eyes kind of popping back and forth. So hard to keep focus in the arena. You got 2 cameras down the lane, a big screen. Sometimes you see your picture up there.
It can be very distracting. But like I said earlier, you just have to remember, it's just basically you and the lanes.
That's right.
Just bowl and have fun.
Shot by Bridget. Crosses over and smashes it home. So after dropping game number 2, Newman Grove making a statement here early in the third. 3 consecutive marks. On 7 spare, and a strike. This a chance for the double. Here's Kopecky. Right around the pocket. Got the carry. 10 pin. 10 pin trips forward, and that's a big double there for the Blue Jays.
Exciting double.
Great cover.
That's a tough spare by Becca.
Becca Wills covers it.
She's also a senior and enjoys volleyball and other sports. And
I find that a lot in some of these C and D schools where the students have the opportunity to really be involved in so many different activities and opportunities from athletics to clubs. And, I mean, it looks like everybody's in Future Farmers of America. We see FFA all over the place.
Well, you're in Nebraska, right?
Absolutely.
Isn't that mandatory?
It's a staple.
Just an exciting time to be in high school and have those opportunities to be a part of different clubs and sports and figure out what you like and meet some great people you maybe just wouldn't have had you not been involved.
So trying to keep it close with the spare conversion here, and
all right,
good pickup there. So the nice shot by Kaylee Rayford, and now the two teams will switch sides, and so midway through the lead leaning toward Newman Grove as we're up and right away goes Pospisil.
Again, just highlighting she's a freshman. I mean, she has a bright future ahead of her. She's got a 4.0 GPA. I mean, she's a bright student.
Bucket remaining in the left-hand lane. Good cover.
Great conversion. She knew it off her hand.
So we see on the left-hand lane. Both of these teams impressive here in game number 3. They've settled in a bit. Really started to convert the spares. That's just the second miss for, check that first miss for Newman Grove, and Plainview only has 1 open, and that was in the first frame. So Newman Grove still leads it on the strength of that double, but an opportunity to cut into it with a mark here on the right-hand lane for Plainview.
Like you said, you can just tell they're a little more comfortable.
So trailed by 15 in the 6th. You heard Coach holler, and that'll work, and boy, does he. Solomon, just wraps that 6-pin right around the 10.
You think you have it, and then that happens.
Yeah. So Kopecky on the left-hand lane. Wobbles the 7 and got it to fall right at the last minute, just before the sweep came down.
Those are always very exciting.
And a big shot there, one that Plainview really needed, and boy, would they like to take an opportunity now to double up on that.
Absolutely. Again, just the whole energy shift.
Yeah. Good cover, an important shot there.
Great conversion.
just a little high.
Not what you're hoping for when
Nope.
the match is fairly close.
Looked like that had crossed over enough too to not leave that, but
She wasn't happy with that shot, but she got 5 out of it.
well, this looks like it's heading the way of Newman Grove here in game number 3 as they're on top 146 to 1.
Oh,
Barely got that. What a great effort.
how exciting.
Wow, slid
Wow. So
6 pin
close,
over.
so close. Unfortunately, that doesn't get us much here.
Right.
Still
Close.
in very good shape. 22 pin,
Yep.
lead from Newman.
Once again, Newman just steps up needing pin count, and that will do it right there.
She delivers.
Needed to strike out there to have a chance. So here's Weesey. And Newman Grove takes game number 3. So after Plainview won the second, 160 to 131. Newman Grove finishes out and takes a 2-games-to-1 lead. So now we'll head to the 4th, where Newman Grove will have an opportunity now to win its 3rd state championship in 4 years. There's Tim
That's
Kruger,
amazing.
one of the assistant coaches, along with Nancy Kopecki. Sorry, Tim Kruger, the head coach, along with Nancy Kopecki, the head coach. And he knows it's closed out, so he's going to give one of his other bowlers an opportunity to throw a shot here in the arena. And here is Camille Folks. So check that. Camille Fowkes. Fowkes, just a freshman. That's always tough. Stepping in to try to pick up that 3-9 and
Yeah,
in the
and
10th frame and first ball of the.
Your body's
arena
not
finals.
warm.
That's
You've been
right.
sitting for a little bit.
And here's another first bowler, Ashlyn Hufford. Her first opportunity to throw a shot in the arena. She capitalizes. Good shot by Ashlyn Hufford, the senior.
Looks like she can be involved in anything she can find.
Looks like it, doesn't it? 163-152 Newman Grove. As we said, it's now 2-games-to-1. Newman Grove 1 away from a state championship. Newman Grove won it back in 2013 with a win over Ravenna. They won in 2014 over Scribner-Snyder. And now an opportunity here in 2016 to take the title with a win in this game against Plainview. So they'll start it off on the left-hand lane.
You know that's got to be on their mind.
It's always tough to close them out, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And Selena strikes it off with a big strike. Rayford now in the right-hand lane. Would like to answer. Can't get that to ripple a little bit. Savannah with an opportunity to put some real pressure on right here.
Looks like Haley's involved in a lot of things in school. National Honor Society. She's the historian of her FFA chapter. So they're very involved.
Very important spare there for Kaylee Rayford. So important, don't you find, to get the lead early in these Baker matches, make the other team feel the pressure.
Absolutely. If at all possible. I think it's always nice to have the ball in your court.
Yeah.
Or in your lane, I should say, right?
Bridget Borghank on the left-hand lane now. She's a junior. Straight up the boards and gets that 4-pin out of there. Looked like she was going to face a 410. trip that 4 forward for a makeable spare. Speaking of spares, Pospisil's been solid all morning long.
Yes. She's certainly been clutch. And again, can't highlight enough that she's just a freshman.
So many opportunities, too, nowadays for these young ladies to, if they want to and have the game and work hard enough, to move on to that next level.
Absolutely. I think it couldn't be a more exciting time for NCAA programs and club teams, and just bowling in general.
Those who may be unfamiliar with the collegiate sport, collegiate bowling, there are really a couple of different avenues you can take. You can go ITC, that route, where many of the better schools are involved in the ITCs, but there's also NCAA programs such as Nebraska's here, and many people familiar with Bill Straub and Nebraska's program.
Absolutely. Nothing better than having some of your college paid for.
Right. And so many colleges around the country picking up bowling as a sport. One, because it, candidly helps generate students on campus. Right?
Absolutely.
Small, but also an opportunity to provide opportunities for young athletes who want to continue this sport at the next level. So we're seeing, even around the state of Nebraska, you see programs like Hastings and Midland and so many others.
A lot more smaller communities, and bowling's just one of those sports that, doesn't really know a prejudice.
Right.
Anybody can do it.
Absolutely.
Which makes it such a lifetime opportunity.
Well, even here in the capital city, Nebraska Wesleyan beginning a girls or women's bowling program next year. Wanted that to slide out there to pick it up.
You can hear
just slid by. But still advantage right now, Plainview. They're looking to take this to a deciding 5th game.
Right.
Lead it by 9 pins. Second time up this game for Salinas.
I'd like to ask them right now how nervous they are, knowing they just not one more game to go to take it.
Tough leave there. So big opportunity here for Newman Grove to regain that lead if Salinas can pick up this spare. Good cover.
Great cover for her.
Boy, how much did they miss Crystal Salinas when she was up? Probably a lot.
I'm going to guess so. She's a very solid player.
So the two teams will cross over, an opportunity for us to tell you, NET is Nebraska's home for sports. We will bring you all of the action from the NSAA High School Swimming and Diving Championships next Saturday, live from the Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln. They begin at 11 a.m. on NET. A live webcast is also available. There's the shot there by Pospisil. Now we see on the right-hand lane.
Brittany accounts her dad for a lot of her accomplishments and just always being there for her, encouraging. It's very important.
So as you saw at the term, we were essentially even. It's now 76-75 through 5. Plainview has opened to the 6th. This spare would give the lead, and it does, to Newman Grove.
Great cover by Savannah. Keep her team in the game.
So now really important for Plainview to stay clean here throughout this back half of the game to put the pressure back on the Blue Jays, because right now the Blue Jays with the lead and only need this game to win the title. Right around it. Leaves the 10. So that's what Borg will have left.
And again, just a very simple game, straight down and in.
Solid cover there.
Oh, so close. Well, that about evens it up.
Yep. Right back now to even. Important shot here for Becca Wills. So they are down 4 pins now. Hit through 7. See, they're 104, 100 in the 7th frame. One, 2 left.
Well, they're certainly keeping it interesting.
Good cover.
It's a great spare.
And a big one as well. Down by 4 late in the game. Need this to extend it to a 5th.
Certainly needed that.
It's a big moment there from Becca Wills. Good footwork there as she kicked that pin out of the way. Do you see the body English?
Yeah. It helps.
Little kick
It really
of the foot.
does.
Absolutely. Direct that ball. You bet.
We've all done it. There's a good 3 count. See if she can convert her 3 pin.
Oh, what a big shot.
Wow.
Salinas.
It's going to be an exciting 10th frame here.
That was big. Not only from a count perspective, but setting them up in the 9th frame, and now putting the pressure. This is almost a must spare here. Gotta have this. Hook a little bit, and got
She
it.
does.
Boy, good job stepping up in a key moment there to knock it down for Kaylee Rayford. So now, here's Savannah Weesey. Her team with a 5-pin lead. She's working on a strike. Cross it over. That could do it. No. All right, 5-9 left. She says, it's all right. I got it. It's all good. Now an important shot coming up here for Brittany Pospisil. Get up. So now going to count on this spare and good count to win a state championship for Newman Grove and Savannah Weesey. Needs this spare. Got to have it. You see Coach up off his chair. Just tugged it a bit, and that's what these arena pressure can do to you.
Absolutely.
She says, I picked that up 1,000 times in practice, and no doubt she has. Now, this is a must spare. Gotta have it, and does. What a big shot to potentially extend this to game number 5. Wow.
Got to get some good count here. And
5 pins is all she needs.
we're going to 5 games.
What a shot by the freshman. Knew she had to have the spare and knocks it down.
Not always easy.
So here's Pospisil. Must have 6 pins to extend it. Straight up the boards. Got 10.
Look at that
That's it up.
excitement.
Good fist pump. And we're going 5 in the first match of the day. What a terrific start to these state high school championships on NET.
I got chills. That's exciting.
156, 150. And Plainview has sent it to game number 5.
I hear some cheering now.
There comes the chance. Now they're waking up on a
Now I think
Saturday
it's
morning.
about 9:45.
We're starting to kick in a little bit, right? So here we go. Final game. Winner takes it all. State championship on the line in Class D. Mixing it up. Pushes them all straight back and shoves that 9-pin out of the way for the strike. Here's Salinas, who's had some great big shots for Newman. Struck there to straight up the boards. Leaves the 4-pin. Bit of work to do. And here's Pospisil wasting no time, stepping up right away. Wants that to hook, doesn't hook enough. Looks like she's getting just a little bit too much skid. Maybe needs to move the feet right a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
Side.
Probably a little excited, a little fast.
Yeah.
Very typical.
Salinas tries to convert and does. And a good cover. And you can tell the
Another
pace
fist pump there, too.
Yeah, pace has picked up a little bit for her, too. You can see that nice, smooth roll she was getting out of it earlier, getting it into a roll earlier. Getting some back in has kind of turned into a, I'm a little juiced up and I'm firing it down the lane right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, nearly tripped that 5-pin out of there on the shot by Weesey. Devin Solomon in the third frame for Plainview. Can she get it? Ooh, rattles the 10, but doesn't knock it over.
Didn't hit it hard enough.
Had that messenger come flying across.
I thought about it.
There you see Michael Holton, the head coach of Plainview, talking it over with Devin. Good shot there. See the intensity on the face. Got the
Quick little look into the camera down lane. Again, could be very distracting. Lots of things moving. You can see yourself on camera.
Solomon to convert. Big shot on the 10-pin. Never easy in that situation.
No.
So here's Borgheink. All right, not bad count, but left herself a very tough conversion. Becca Wills trying to mix it up, leaves the 5-pin. Impressed, though, that really through 7 frames here bowled, no opens. This likely is going to be the first, but for a deciding 5th game, and these players to be able to perform the way they are in this situation, not easy.
Not at all. But again, we can't reiterate that they just seem a lot more into it and just they're awake, and this is it.
So we'll get 1 on the count, and that will give Plainview a 14-pin lead through 3. Looking to the conversion here. Nice shot, Becca Wills, the senior.
Leaving some makeable spares. Just 1 frame at a time.
So important. That's a great point. It's important to just be around the pocket, leave makeable spares right now, put the pressure on the other team.
Absolutely.
Good shot. And a big strike. Big strike. Good ball by Kopecky. Here's Kaylee Rayford, struck last time up, comes in a bit high.
Certainly not an easy conversion. Sounded like she had a little bounce there.
Yeah.
Got 6 out of it.
There's Plainview on the left-hand lane trying to convert. Pirates have won every tournament they've entered this season. Trying to complete the sweep here today. Well, that was a nice shot, just not a great break.
Yeah, again, such a tough spare.
Yep.
So that opens the door here for Newman. We'll see if Crystal can convert this. Keep the match really close. Needs to hook a little.
Doesn't quite get there, so they will switch lanes here. Hey, good time to connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. Add a comment or catch up on the latest Nebraska sports info. Make sure to like NET Sports and Big Red Wrap Up. You can join our social conversation on Facebook.com/NET Sports. You're going out there right now to become a friend and like NET Sports.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Pospisil buries it.
All right.
Big shot to start off the second half of the final game.
We have a 15-pin lead here, starting the second half.
She's a good-looking young player. Weesey looking for the conversion. Got it. So still a 15-pin lead for Plainview. They can extend it with a double here. Right around the pocket. Going to get carry. Leaves the 3-pin.
They just need to take their time and just fill frames, and they'll get there.
Mentioned off the top that the Pirates of Plainview have never won a state championship in Class D. They did win one in Class C back in the second year that these Nebraska High School Bowling Federation championships were held. That was in 2004, long before the arena finals, long before the televised events, so still their first experience in this environment. And performing quite well here in game number 5 with another mark there.
Late open.
Yeah.
Certainly keeps the door wide open for Plainview right now.
Good count here. That's a tough shot. 4-5 left.
4-5.
Yeah.
Not something you practice every day.
Slide it right between there.
Again, you're straight down and in. That's what you want.
What do you think that's about? You move your feet maybe 3 boards right there and try to hit your mark. Is that the...
Yeah, you could do that. Or just try to go straight down.
at it, yeah. All right, got one. But the strike by Newman was big because Newman was down by 29 pins through 7 as you take a look at the score. In the 8th frame, the open by Plainview has left a bit of a hole here. Boy, would this be a big strike by Salinas. Got it! Ooh, big double.
They're staying alive. They're not done.
And now the pressure builds for Kaylee Rayford.
Looks like a good
Rayford
shot,
in the
though.
pocket.
Oh, wow.
What a bad break.
Bad break right there.
Solid 8-10. Maybe a little weak, maybe just kicked a little right, but not a bad shot at all. Certainly not what you would expect from that shot as an 8-10 lead.
No. And it looked like I saw Tim giving Savannah a little pep talk there before the 10th frame.
They can cut it.
Take a nice deep breath and
Cut it to 10 with a strike here. Essentially. What a shot.
wow.
3 big strikes in a row for the Blue Jays.
Just needs to remain calm.
Oh, shot. Gave that a run.
Wow.
What a great effort.
How exciting would that have been? All right, well.
So here's the story. Stepping up in the right-hand lane is the freshman Posmersel, and boy, does she need a double. Needs a double desperately because 1 strike already in the 10. They're looking at 170. Best they can do is 169. Can get it forward, can rattle that 5, and that is going to about do it. It will do it. So all...
You know, Larry, it just goes back. It's never over till it's over.
Boy, isn't that the truth? 3, they were down by 30 pins in the 7th frame. 3 straight strikes, a couple of splits, unfortunate splits by Plainview.
Right. But you know what? All you can do is worry about your team and focus on yourself.
Good cover there. But how does it feel on the left lane to be Savannah Weesey right now, who had an opportunity to close it out in the 10th frame of game number 4 and missed the spare?
Correct.
And now she steps back up and she throws the strike in the 10th frame that gives them the state championship.
It has to be an unbelievable feeling. Good for her. And
You see the smile?
again, she's a senior, so to go out with that.
Saw the smile, you saw the hug from Coach Tim Kruger. Terrific job, and congratulations to Plainview on a great season. They certainly had their opportunity here late with a 29-pin lead, but a couple of unfortunate splits in the 8th and 9th opened the door, but give credit to Newman Grove. The door might have been open, but they had to walk through it. And they threw 3 straight strikes to come from behind. And you see the smile on the face already.
Get the little camera check.
Covered it up. 171, 158. and they win a state championship. Congratulations
That's
to
exciting.
the Blue Jays of Newman Grove. 3 state championships in the last 4 years for Newman Grove. Congratulations also, and a great season to those young ladies from Plainview. But your champs in Class D.
Nice standing ovation from the crowd. They earned it. Took it all the way to 5 games.
The Blue Jays of Newman Grove. We'll hear from the champs when we come back on NET Sports.
Funding for the NHSBF state championships was provided by the Lincoln Bowling Association through grants from the Alan and Marcia Bear Foundation and the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation. Reminding you that more than 1,000 high school students compete statewide in varsity bowling.
Whether it's spring planting, fall harvesting, or just a drive across the state, soy biodiesel helps a diesel-powered engine operate in a demanding job. Soybean oil from Nebraska soybeans makes biodiesel a renewable fuel that's also environmentally responsible. The soybean checkoff plays a major role in supporting the use and availability of biodiesel. The Nebraska Soybean Board, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Hey Mom, I need to talk to you about something. You took me on campus visits and helped me with college applications, but there's still something we haven't done yet. It's time to complete the FAFSA so I can get financial aid. I know you've been stressed out about this, but don't worry. Education Quest has tons of resources on their website to make the process really easy. You guys have been there for me every step of the way. Just returning the favor.
Get help with your FAFSA at educationquest.org.
Everyone's walking a path, and most paths are best walked together. Because when we travel together, our lives are livelier, our journey more enjoyable, and the places we'll discover will be simply spectacular. To be in a place like no other that unites you all in a state of wonder. Wouldn't that be nice?
Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank knows the importance of giving back. That's why we're committed to support charitable, educational, and service organizations in communities across Nebraska and the nation. Last year, U.S. Bank employees provided more than 3,000 hours of community service in Nebraska, and we're dedicated to continuing that support. U.S. Bank, serving you in Nebraska. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska. Class D state championship in the books. Newman Grove comes from behind to win it in the final, 171-58. Stephanie Johnson's with the champs.
Savannah, congratulations on your win. So the 4th frame, you had an opportunity to close it out in the 10th frame, and you found yourself in a very similar situation going into that 5th game in the final frame. What was going through your mind?
I don't even know, to be honest. I just prayed to help me find my spot, and he was watching all over us, and I was very proud for how far we made, and we came out strong, and I'm very proud.
Very exciting. Coach Tim, this is your 3rd win in 4 years. Tell us what's going on in Newman Grove that's working for you guys.
Well, everybody in Newman Grove knows where Newman Grove is now. We're back on the map. And when the girls got to the 8th frame of the 5th game, I said, it's a strike situation, and they did it. We're very happy for them. Newman Grove is proud of our bowling girls.
Well, very exciting bowling. We'll send it back to you, Larry.
All right, Stephanie, thanks very much. Congratulations once again to the Blue Jays of Newman Grove. They are state champs for the 3rd time in 4 years. And now for medal and trophy presentations, we go to our public address announcer.
Gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for our 2 finalists? And now for the awards presentation. Your Class D girls, runner-up, the Plainview Pirates. Head coach Michael Holton, assistant Dave Korth. Kaylee Rayford. Brittany Pockpischel. Devin Solomon. Becca Wills. Ashlyn Hofford. Jaden Dorr. Ladies, here's your runner-up trophy. Congratulations to the Plainview Pirates, your girls Class D runner-up. Now, here's your 2015-16 Class D girls state champion, the Newman Grove Blue Jays. Head coach Tim Kruger, assistant Nancy Kopecki. Crystal Salinas. Savannah Wizzy. Bridget Borghink. Alexis Kopecki. Lupe Estrada. Vanessa Araguen. And Camille Fox. Congratulations. Ladies, here's your championship trophy. Congratulations to your 2015-16 Class D Girls State Champs, the Newman Grove Blue Jays.
So congratulations once again to the Blue Jays. They are the state champs in Class D. Third title in 4 years. When we come back, we head to the Class C state championship. Wisner Pilger Wakefield takes on North Bend when we come back.
Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank knows the importance of giving back. That's why we're committed to support charitable, educational, and service organizations in communities across Nebraska and the nation. Last year, U.S. Bank employees provided more than 3,000 hours of community service in Nebraska, and we're dedicated to continuing that support. U.S. Bank, serving you in Nebraska. Member FDIC.
All right, college visit number 2. Here we go. What?
Learn more from Education Quest at govisitcollege.org.
No matter how you look at it, animal agriculture helps Nebraska's economy. The livestock industry provides increased tax revenues for schools and community services. Livestock enterprises also create jobs while contributing to existing businesses such as local banks and grocery stores. A thriving livestock industry helps maintain our current way of life, but also provides opportunities for the next generation of farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff helps to raise awareness of the importance of animal agriculture to Nebraska.
Funding for the NHSBF State Championships was provided by the Lincoln Bowling Association through grants from the Alan and Marcia Baer Foundation and the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation. Reminding you that more than 1,000 high school students compete statewide in varsity bowling.
Back at Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska, there's more Nebraska High School Bowling Federation state championships on NET Sports, Nebraska's best high school boys. We'll compete tomorrow beginning at 8 a.m. on NET or on the web at netnebraska.org/sports. And also you can check it out on the app, NET's Nebraska app. So getting ready now for the Class C Girls State Championship. North Bend, Scribner, Snyder, the Tigers, 10-1 on the year. Sean Buell, the head coach. Lindsey Peters, a junior, along with Savannah Miller, Alex Cole, Mackenzie Daniels, all juniors, and the freshman Caden Peters. That's a look at the lineup for the Tigers of North Bend, Scribner, Snyder. Here is Wisner, Pilger, Wakefield. Gators, 5-4 on the year, coached by Kathy Geese. Bailey Allman is a sophomore. Then 3 seniors will all be in the starting lineup. April Good, Kinsey Kais, Nicole Kraft, and then 3 freshmen, Jordan Braun, Mercedes Gustafson, and Alex Corona. So what do you think? What are these ladies thinking about as they get ready for the state championship?
Gosh, I think they're just, again, very excited to be here. It's such a long journey to get to this point. And just to be here with your teammates, and, this is the epitome of the high school championship.
Right.
So to win this is just to win it all. I would imagine all of them are just very, very excited.
Well, we will crown a champ when we come back to Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln right here on NET Sports.
Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank knows the importance of giving back. That's why we're committed to support charitable, educational, and service organizations in communities across Nebraska and the nation. Last year, U.S. Bank employees provided more than 3,000 hours of community service in Nebraska, and we're dedicated to continuing that support. U.S. Bank, serving you in Nebraska. Member FDIC.
For me, asking why is just getting started.
It's more than an activity. It's me doing what I love.
I'm not a stereotype. When I rewrite the rules, things get better.
I know that all these experiences matter.
These moments will help me become something more.
Little things always lead to something bigger.
Do it.
Track it.
Earn it.
What you're doing now will help you get scholarships later. Find resources from Education Quest at trackyoursuccess.org.
Funding for the NHSBF State Championships was provided by the Lincoln Bowling Association through grants from the Alan and Marcia Baer Foundation and the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation. Reminding you that more than 1,000 high school students compete statewide in varsity bowling.
No matter how you look at it, animal agriculture helps Nebraska's economy. The livestock industry provides increased tax revenues for schools and community services. Livestock enterprises also create jobs while contributing to existing businesses such as local banks and grocery stores. A thriving livestock industry helps maintain our current way of life, but also provides opportunities for the next generation of farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff helps to raise awareness of the importance of animal agriculture to Nebraska.
Take back your garage. Stuck with an extra vehicle that's taking up needed space? Donate it and get your garage back again. Support quality public media and get a tax deduction.
Today, NET Sports brings you the finals of NSAA High School Wrestling Championships. Live coverage in all classes and weight divisions begin at 3 Central on NET. Live streaming is available at netnebraska.org and on the NET Nebraska app.
Hello, I'm Ian Vosberg, and sports fans tell us that NET brings Nebraska together through the coverage of high school and college athletics. Join the nearly 1,000 Sports Partner Club members whose contributions make possible more than 200 hours of sports programming throughout the year. Members receive invitations to special events like tailgates and live productions. So visit netnebraska.org and join the Sports Partners Club. Sports partners like you put the action in NET sports. Thank you.
We are back at Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska, ready for Class C Girls State Tournament action. What a terrific match we had. In the first one of the day is Newman Grove. It took them 5, but a terrific finish. They won at 171-158, so Newman Grove, your Class D state champs. And now we get ready to crown our champ in Class C. And here are the Gators of Wisner Pilger, a combination with Wakefield. So the Wisner Pilger Wakefield Gators. We'll likely refer to them as either Wisner Pilger or the Gators. There's Savannah Miller. Check that. That's Bailey Allman throwing the first shot. Here on the right lane is Mackenzie Daniels. Mackenzie comes up a bit light. So now Bailey Allman, the sophomore for Wisner Pilger, looking for the spare conversion. Doesn't quite get back. Gators have been here many times before on the boys and girls side. And also a missed spare opportunity for North Bend Scribner Snyder. So here's Nicole Kraft. Nicole is a senior, leading average bowler for this team, and also the anchor. Good shot by April.
Looks like Nicole is very involved with school. Yearbook, choir, photography. She does a little bit of everything.
That's the shot from Alex Cole. And Alex crosses over, rattles a 5-pin, doesn't quite fall. Go-to bowler for Kathy Geese right here. Nicole Kraft. Well, you saw the eyes trained on the mark there, and good conversion. Good look at Nicole Kraft. So Alex Cole now will try to answer. Good cover. North Bend combination with Scribner Snyder, so they're going by the Tigers, so we'll likely refer to North Bend Scribner Snyder Day as the Tigers or North Bend. North Bend won the championship back in 2014 and a win over Norfolk Catholic. Good shot there by the lefty. Leaves the 10-pin as Kinsey Kais, the senior. I guess I saw the reaction of the ball and not the hand she was throwing with, right?
That's all right.
She's got a little backup ball.
That's okay. Very common. She's a righty-lefty.
She is a that's right. Righty that attacks from the left-handed side. There was a Team USA bowler who did that. Two-handed bowler backup for one of the junior USA teams.
The name escapes me.
Yeah, me too. Darn it. Should know that. I'll YouTube it here in a little bit. How about that?
There we go.
Good conversion.
Very nice.
Good shot by Lindsey Peters, the junior. All juniors in the starting lineup for North Bend Scribner Snyder.
So they have another year together.
April Good with her first shot of the match. Comes in light. April, a senior. And here's Savannah Miller. Good shot by Savannah. Gets the 10-pin out.
Late fall. Really good break there. Hope to capitalize on that.
Some snazzy uniforms there for Wisner Pilger, huh? Got the little gator going on, and
you know, uniforms have come a long way since my high school bowling days. I tell you what, we got hand-me-downs from the boys team, and they did not fit properly. So these look fantastic.
And a good cover. We talked about Wisner Pilger being here before. They were runner-up back in 2013, lost to Wayne in this championship. The boys have been here many times. Boys won a title back in 2007, and in 3 straight years from 2009 to 2011, they were the runner-up. So certainly a strong bowling tradition. And a big part of that is Kathy Geese, head coach, 7 years head coach. Also, Kathy and Gail, the proprietors there in Wisner at Wisner Lanes. They do a lot for these young bowlers in northeast Nebraska.
A great opportunity again to give back to the community.
Absolutely. There's Kathy. The Mackenzie Daniels. So through 5 frames, they will flip. 2 opens for North Bend, 3 for Wisner Pilger, and a slight lead here through 5 for North Bend Scribner Snyder, depending on count.
And Alex Cole's been bowling for 8 years, so she is not new to this scene. Really enjoys the team aspect of high school bowling.
Well, it is an opportunity for so many youngsters who many times don't get involved in many other sports within the school to feel connected, you know.
Just to be a part of something.
Absolutely. Activities like this have proven time and time again through many studies that
boost your morale and team building skills. Absolutely. It's only going to help them later, and hopefully many of them will go on to bowl in college.
Do better academically. So many benefits to this sport.
Very tight match here.
Again, the backup ball there by Kinsey Keyes. Here's Lindsay Peters. Still anybody's. Very tight game number 1, about a 3-pin game right now. Kai is looking to convert. Needs to keep going, doesn't quite get back.
And Lindsay's also a very good student. She has a 3.8 GPA, and she's part of the National Honor Society.
Good cover there, and that will give North Bend the lead. North Bend will extend that lead. Here's April Good.
Dreaded washout.
Yeah.
Have to slide that right over.
Savannah Miller. Crossover. Leaves the 5-8. So North Bend Scribner Snyder has been down here many times. They were state qualifiers in 12, 13. They won it in 2014. They were here in 15 and again this year. Picks one off the edge.
Opens the door just a little bit more for North Bend. Good spare conversion.
Very good cover for the Tigers. Now up on the right-hand lane is Bailey Ullman. Ullman, a sophomore. Just lost that right, didn't quite get back.
Looks like it just fell off her hand a little quick.
Mackenzie Daniels. Oh, good shot by Mackenzie.
Great shot.
Didn't get the 10 out. Wisner Pilger qualified, get this, Stephanie, qualified after the 4 games of qualifying. They were 8th.
Wow.
Of 8 teams. Earned their way here to state, right? Just didn't bowl well in those 4 games, so they qualified 8, and right out of the gate, they knock off the top seed Wayne in 5, 134, 105th.
Wow. Just goes to show, you know, it's never over till it's over. You see a lot of these teams, they play with so much heart.
Yeah.
And it just shows.
Good cover and strike there by Nicole Kraft.
Mathematically, North Bend's going to take this first game.
Even with the split, they've already wrapped up game number 1. But the one thing you can tell about this Wisner Pilger Wakefield team is they've got a little fight to them. They won in that first Baker match against the top-seeded Wayne Blue Devils 5-zip. Then they came back and faced Bowell Horde and won that in a tough 4-match win. So it's the first time, though, they've fallen in game number 1. Good cover there. So they'll finish with a 140. North Bend 140 as Alex Cole closes it out.
And again, it's best out of 5, so plenty of time left for both teams.
.119, so 140 to 119 is the final here in game number 1. So there's the final. North Bend Scribner Snyder up 1 game to 9. This is, Stephanie said, a best of 5, so the first team to win 3 games wins the Class C state championship. We know all about going 5 games. It happened here this morning already.
Mm-hmm. Very exciting match.
Of the day, yeah. And what's going on right there, Stephanie?
Oh, it looks like he was just taking some tape out of her thumb hole. Maybe her thumb swelling a little bit. Very common. These girls have been bowling a lot, probably more than normal.
Thumb swells a little bit, especially today after you bowled all day yesterday.
Yeah, and you know, these lights, you just never know how they're going to affect you.
There you go. Got the tape out of the ball, and now she's back at it. You want a nice, comfortable fit with that thumb, right? Not too tight where you can't get out of it, but certainly not too loose when you're dropping it.
Of course.
Sometimes a delicate balance and even the type of tape you use can change, right?
Right, and where you place it. I mean, there's, you know, going back to all the different factors. But as long as it feels good.
Kraft, the senior. And she's just having a hard time getting some reaction, isn't she?
Yeah. She's been bowling a long time, 12 years, so you know she's not new to the scene either. You know, this arena setting for any of these girls, whether they've been here before or not, can definitely do something to your psyche with all the lights and the cameras moving down lane.
Spinning it across. 2-pin off the wall. Covers the 10.
That doesn't give you some energy.
Absolutely. That'll pump you up. What did we say earlier? You never know what it is that's going to really provide that spark.
Correct.
It was that strike in the last match, the 2-pin tripping forward, that really got them back into the match. Let's see if that does it for Wisner Pilger.
Kinsey's also a senior. They might have some hopes of going to college and bowling as well.
Tight game here through 2 frames, 2-pin game. Good cover.
Very nice.
Nice job by Kinsey Kais.
Keep that momentum going. Put some pressure on Lindsay Peters.
Ooh, just chopped the head pin straight back and took out the 9 with it. Thought maybe she was going to have it. April good. 1-3 remaining for April.
You know, most of these girls, Larry, have a very simple game, just pretty straight down and in. Very simple. Can certainly been beneficial.
Yeah, well, and if you can repeat shots and hit the same spot, it can be very effective regardless of what your game looks like.
Absolutely. That is what this game is all about. Just accuracy and repeatability.
Repeatability so key. You can be accurate. If you're not throwing it the same way every time, you're going to get a different reaction.
Correct.
In some instances, you think repeatability even, it may be counterintuitive, but repeatability probably more important than accuracy. Because if you're repeating shots, you can sometimes, you can draw a 3 or 4 board area out there to hit. Now, it's obviously important, especially as you get to higher levels. You need both.
Of course, but if you're in a general vicinity where you can keep the ball in play and hit the pocket and, again, leave some makeable spares, you're always going to be a factor.
Yep. Looking for the spare here.
Needs to hook a little.
And Bailey Allman just rolls it by. Needs to slide. Not quite enough. 3 consecutive opens and 4 of the first 5 for North Bend. So maybe that spark from Wisner Pilger, that 2-pin coming off the wall and converting the spare back in the second, has given them a lead through 5. Hey, I want to remind you, you can go out to our website and pick up a DVD of these state high school championships. Just go to NHSBF.com. Pick up a DVD copy of any of these classes. State high school bowling championships on NET.
Early cheers from the crowd. They couldn't see the 7-pin still standing there.
What you can see is, that comes in light but rattles it. What you can see from Nicole Kraft is she's making adjustments. She came in light the previous 2 times. That time looked like that ball reacted a little more quickly. Maybe it was a slight move outside, a board or 2. Maybe changed her eyes and feet.
Right.
Starting to get a little bit better reaction down the lane. Maybe just more oil across the middle than some of these players are used to as well.
It's very possible.
Yep.
And again, yesterday qualifying, they bowled on a sport pattern.
Right.
Today they're bowling on a house shot, so it is a little different.
Well, I can tell you by the time they got to the 4th game of the sports pattern, they were getting some free hook.
I bet.
There was some hook out there to be had. So this would probably be...
They're probably excited to see that as well.
That's right.
It's a tough lead.
It is a tough lead. 5, 6, 10 remaining. So the baby split. Peters comes up light as well. So how do you go about attacking this spare here?
I would throw a strike. Oh, are you talking about the split?
Yep.
Oh, I would try and go straight down right between the 5 and the 6. And cross my fingers.
She's crossing them.
Not an easy spare.
Yeah. So North Bend Scribner Snyder, while they have the lead, they keep providing that opening, and North Bend, or Wisner Pilger, still with a lead, 87-68. Neither team really seizing command as this, as both teams have opened 3 consecutive frames, and now it'll be 4 in a row for Wisner Pilger, or likely 4 in a row.
Sure.
You can slide that over.
It's certainly makeable. It's not an easy one, though.
You saw the head pin, or the 6 pin. It wanted to fall out of the gutter and trip that 10, just didn't quite get it.
You can see a lot of the crowd supporting their team in green.
Got a chance.
Ooh.
That was a great run.
That was certainly an A for effort.
So 95 through 8 frames for Wisner Pilger, and that is now 4 consecutive opens. And again, North Bend just leaves that door open. Wisner Pilger Wakefield, which lost game number 1, 140-119, with the lead, trying to even this at 1 apiece. And that's going to be light again. Here's Mackenzie Daniels. So talk about the hand wrist, the brace wrist that April is wearing here, we see.
Well, usually it just provides extra support. You know, oftentimes, I mean, they're probably throwing 14, 15-pound bowling balls. You know, it can get tiresome after time. So it literally just provides extra support. I wear one myself, so I'm very familiar with them.
Big spare.
That was a huge spare. They're back in the game now.
So now a 5-pin game, but on the lane for the Gators is their senior Nicole Kraft. And Nicole finds the pocket.
Put some pressure on North Bend over here.
Almost a must strike here for Alex Cole. Needs to strike here. Get it up. Could not get that 2-pin to fall. So 5 pins here by Nicole Kraft, and she shuts out the Tigers and evens this at 1 game apiece. Looks like it'll be enough, and it is. So a double in the 10th for Nicole Kraft. Has pulled this all even, 1 apiece.
You know, Larry, it just goes to show how important spares are. They are crucial in this game, and you know, 1 spare conversion, it can make all the difference. And then it wouldn't, you know, the 10th frame's not as stressful.
Down, yeah. Yep. 1:30, the final for Wisner-Pilger. Nice shot here by Alex Cole, crosses over. They'll finish with a 116. So 130 to 116, the final in game number 2. We're all even at 1. Hey, today NET Sports brings you the finals of the NSA High School Wrestling Championships, live from Omaha's Century Link Center. Live coverage in all classes and weight divisions begins at 3 Central. That's today. Later today on NET. I'll be driving up to Omaha to cover those state high school wrestling championships for you. NETnebraska.org and on the NET Nebraska app. You can catch all the action. Busy day of state championships the entire month here on NET. We have state high school bowling, state high school wrestling, swimming and diving championships, girls basketball, boys basketball, all coming your way this month on NET.
But how exciting. You know, what an opportunity for these kids to be able to showcase all of their talents. I'm not sure that many states, if any, offer that opportunity.
Good coverage there. Off to a better start in game number 3 is North Bend. Trips that 5-pin out of the 5-7. Makeable spare left. Alex Cole leaves the bucket.
That dreaded bucket. Not an easy spare either.
Good coverage. And good adjustment, because you saw earlier Nicole had 2 misses where she missed to the right of a left side spare. So there she obviously understood and learned there's a little more oil across the middle of the lane. Need to move my feet a little bit right or adjust my eyes left, depending on how she picks up spares. But
correct.
A good job to adjust, make the adjustments in game.
And just really staying in the moment and just capitalizing on those opportunities.
Lindsay Peters.
Her teammates say that she's always so bubbly and works really hard. That's a crucial aspect of being a team player. That goes a long way.
Yeah, who's that person on the team that regardless of the situation, regardless of their personal success, is going to be there for everybody else and keep everybody up, right?
Absolutely. Every team needs one, and every team should have one. You know, oftentimes you see that.
And more than one's helpful, too.
Oh, absolutely.
If everybody's that way, it's even better. Oh, good coverage there. And that'll get the smile. There's the smile from Lindsey Peters. Good cover. And that's 3 straight spares for North Bend Scribner Snyder. And what did we say was important?
The spare game. Strikes are going to come. I think, too, Larry, oftentimes you find that sometimes the most physically talented teams aren't always the ones that end up winning. You know, you see a lot of these teams that have so much heart and just love for the game that sometimes that just ends up being all that it takes.
Team dynamics, so important.
Absolutely.
You've been on those teams that didn't have great team dynamics and the teams that have had great team dynamics, right?
I've been on all sorts of teams.
So here's North Bend. Scribner Snyder looking for spare conversion number 4 in a row, and they got it. So looking for a clean first 5.
Looks like they may have relaxed a little bit more.
And on the other lane, Wisner Pilgrim with 3 opens in the first 4 frames. That needs to climb the hill. Carry the 5. Got it. Big shot. They needed that one. And a fist pump from Bailey Ullman.
That's what you like to see, just coming off the approach.
Hang on.
That's tough on a spare. I'm sure she'll bounce back right here. Mackenzie also likes high school rodeo. That's a fun fact.
How about that?
That's a little different than high school bowling, I would say.
Needs to climb the hill. So that gutter on the spare and 6 count makes it a tighter game here as we finish our first 5. Opportunity for Wisner Pilger to take a lead with a strike right here. So huge moment here, and they have their anchor bowler, Nicole Kraft, up. But first up on the left-hand lane will be Alex Cole. Oh, that's a great shot.
Great shot. You know, that's the frustrating part of our sport, Larry. You can throw a good shot and not strike. Or the opposite can happen. Throw a bad shot and you do strike.
Needs to push. Got it. Woo. That is a big shot right there because Wisner Pilger, despite 3 opens in the first 5 frames, with that double combined with the gutter on the spare, has just taken the lead.
Puts them right back in the game.
And then Tigers follow that up with a single pin miss. And Kais with the chance to add to it, crosses over. You still call that crossing over, right?
Yeah.
If you're a right-hander and you play the left-hand side of the pocket and your backup ball, it's still crossing over.
Her pocket would be the one, too.
Right.
Another great shot. See if she can convert the 10-pin spare.
Kinsey Kais trying to convert here to keep the Gators in the lead. Didn't quite get that 9-pin out back there.
Yeah, that's a tough spare.
So now a real opportunity with a spare here. North Bend regains the lead, but they can't get it. And that is going to haunt them. Back-to-back single pin misses.
Still a close game.
Yep.
Only down by 8.
Still anybody's game. April Good with a good shot.
She enjoys barrel racing.
Barrel racing?
I've never done that, but it sounds fun.
You live in Texas and you haven't barrel raced before.
Well,
what?
In my defense, I've moved there.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Floridian by nature, so I'll have to check that out.
So Good takes the 8-pin off of the 5. And opens it one more time. Tigers can take a lead with a spare. And just cannot convert. So now down by 9 with 2 frames left. 102.93. And here's Bailey Allman. Picks 3 off the left-hand side. You can feel it tightening up, can't you? Great shot by Mackenzie Daniels.
That was a huge strike.
Big shot.
Set up your 10th frame bowler. We'll see if Bailey can convert her spare and keep the pressure on.
Just cannot
so
convert.
Close.
North Bend controlled its own destiny here. They can shut them out. Strike here, goes a long way toward that. Big mixer for North Bend. And now a must-strike situation here for Nicole Kraft. Best she can do is 141. She got the first one, and that was a big one.
It was a must-strike situation. Those aren't easy either.
Absolutely not. So a 9 spare here would do it for North Bend, but they have to have a 9 count on this shot, and that will do it. It's got to pick it up though, right?
Yes.
Has to pick it up. And to stay in the game, Wisner-Pilger needs a strike right here. If Wisner-Pilger does not strike, North Bend wins the game. Oh, she flushes it. What a great shot.
Wow.
Nicole Kraft stepping up. She has struck twice in the 10th frame in 2 of the 3 games we bowled. Must spare here.
She got it.
Got it. Big shot. That closes it out. 142. The best Wisner-Pilger can have is 141.
There's that dreaded 1 pin again. You know, doesn't matter if it's 1 or 10 or a win is a win.
140 is the final for Wisner-Pilger, 142. So our closest individual game of the day, 142, 140. So you can see there, North Bend Scribner-Snyder with a 2-1 advantage thanks to that 142 to 140 victory. So now we head to game number 4, and that's what's at stake. Nebraska High School Bowling Federation Championship here in Class C. Sun Valley Lane's staff making sure that the scanner was working to read the pins. We saw that causing a couple of issues earlier. Got out there and corrected it right away, and now ready to go. Right on the spot is this Sun Valley staff. Just a bit light, but she really has recovered well after that gutter.
Oh, yeah.
And what a big shot that was, that strike. 6-pin count, not bad.
The sleepers get you.
Yep. Allman trying to convert, needs to hook, he doesn't get back. So both teams open here in the first frame.
Win here from North Bend gives them the title, so it's certainly a must win for Wisner-Pilger. That'll certainly do something to your grip pressure, knowing that you need to make shots.
You're not kidding. How about Nicole Kraft in her game here? She has a game that looks like could translate to the next level.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I really hope that she has some aspirations for college bowling, if she hasn't already made a decision. You know, that's the exciting part of our sport. Is just there's so many opportunities for these girls and boys, for that matter, to you know, take it to the next level and bowl in college.
In fact, Nicole Kraft says she will be bowling next year at William Penn.
All right.
Sports management major, and she will be bowling. William Penn, one of those intercollegiate team championship schools, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. They certainly are.
Both teams with an open in the first. Both have spared in the second. The pin count gives North Bend a 5-pin lead. That needs to get back. She knew it when she let it go.
Too bad we don't have remote control sometimes. You just know when you throw it. Sometimes it's good or not good. And then it's out of your hands, literally.
Look. Got the shot of Kinsey in the foreground, the family in the background with the big Kinsey sign. Comes up a bit light. So 5-pin advantage through 3 for North Bend, looking to close this out here in game number 4. It's a better shot. Mixes it up. Can she get the 7 out? Not quite. We'll have more Nebraska High School Bowling Federation action for you tomorrow right here on NET Sports. The boys will be bowling for the state championships, all 4 classes, A, B, C, and D. And not unusual that both of these schools here have terrific boys programs as well. And the 2 teams, North Bend and Wisner-Pilger on the boys' side, will also be battling for a state championship in Class C tomorrow.
It's very exciting to see that across the board, you know, the boys and the girls advancing.
No doubt we'll see some of these young ladies in the crowd tomorrow, rooting on the guys' teams. Travel with each other throughout the year, and teams really practice at the same time, become one, the boys and girls teams.
Have some really good team camaraderie.
Yeah.
Create some bonds that, you know, you can take with you the rest of your life.
Absolutely. Took the 1-2, did not get the 8 to go. Looked like a good shot by Mackenzie Daniels, who's now bowling that anchor spot. So tough conversion here for Allman, but if she could pull it off, which comes up a bit short.
A little short.
So it's a 16-pin lead as the 2 teams switch sides. You see in the background there, Gators going to the right, Tigers going to the left. And North Bend Scribner-Snyder with a 16-pin advantage through 5, really trying to close this out and win a state championship for North Bend Scribner-Snyder girls. It would be the 2nd title in 3 years for North Bend. Wisner-Pilger has not won a state championship on the girls' side in Class C. Ah, great shot there.
Fantastic.
Alex Cole buries it, extends that lead. So the lead now at 25 pins plus count, depending on what the count is, 25 pins.
You know, as we've seen before,
yeah,
you just don't know. You never really know.
Well, we saw a 29-pin lead in the 7th frame disappear in the Class D state championship match earlier today. Newman Grove came from 29 down in the 7th to win it. Couple of opens. Three-bagger.
That'll do it.
Absolutely. Here's a sub into the game. Crosses over. And the strike. Great shot for Jordan Braun, the freshman.
Yep.
How about that? Freshman stepping in and making a solid shot.
And they say she's always positive.
That was certainly positive, huh?
Yeah.
And something they needed.
Mm-hmm.
For the strike, added to the open. Wisner-Pilger back into it. Here's April. Check that. That is April good.
We got Savannah Miller. She's another junior. She loves watching Netflix.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't, right?
Start binge watching, right?
Absolutely. Watch it whenever you want.
Across lane, good just slides by.
Coming down to the nitty-gritty here. Probably need some marks here from Wisner-Pilger.
This is a big shot. Keeps the door open. Still an opportunity. 16 pin difference, 2 frames to go. Allman. Boy, strike would be big here. Oh, Barry's just left the 10. Good shot.
Another good shot.
So McKindy Daniels steps up, thinks I can close this out. Good shot here. We can begin to close it out. Barry's. Great shot.
It's a great shot. Set your anchor up for the 10th frame of potentially your winning match.
Almost a must-have here. Ooh. And that might do it. 119, the best Wisner-Pilger can shoot. 3 pins here, and it's over. And that'll do it.
She got more than enough.
The best that Wisner-Pilger can shoot is 119. Already 122 for North Bend. So even if there she says, I'm gonna shoot that 119 anyway.
Why not? Might as well go out with a bang, right?
Absolutely. And covered to spare, just for good measure. So Alex Cole with the spare. And North Bend Scribner-Snyder will win its 2nd state championship in 3 years. Well, that young lady's going to do some good things next year at William Penn.
She certainly has a bright future. Nothing to hang her head up about not winning this high school championships. What do they say? You can't win them all, right?
That's right. You see there, 126 already for North Bend Scribner-Snyder. And so she will finish out her final shot before the Tigers take the final game-winning shot. So 115 the final in the final game for Wisner-Pilger.
It's good enough.
133 to 115. Your state champs in Class C. North Bend Scribner-Snyder, the Tigers. When we come back, trophy and medal presentations from right here at Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln.
Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank knows the importance of giving back. That's why we're committed to support charitable, educational, and service organizations in communities across Nebraska and the nation. Last year, U.S. Bank employees provided more than 3,000 hours of community service in Nebraska, and we're dedicated to continuing that support. U.S. Bank, serving you in Nebraska. Member FDIC.
Funding for the NHSBF State Championships was provided by the Lincoln Bowling Association through grants from the Alan and Marcia Bear Foundation and the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation. Reminding you that more than 1,000 high school students compete statewide in varsity bowling.
Whether it's spring planting, fall harvesting, or just a drive across the state, soy biodiesel helps a diesel-powered engine operate in a demanding job. Soybean oil from Nebraska soybeans makes biodiesel a renewable fuel that's also environmentally responsible. The soybean checkoff plays a major role in supporting the use and availability of biodiesel. The Nebraska Soybean Board, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Hey Mom, I need to talk to you about something. You took me on campus visits and helped me with college applications, but there's still something we haven't done yet. It's time to complete the FAFSA so I can get financial aid. I know you've been stressed out about this, but don't worry. Education Quest has tons of resources on their website to make the process really easy. You guys have been there for me every step of the way. Just returning the favor.
Get help with your FAFSA at educationquest.org. This week on Nebraska Stories, if you feel the need for speed, we have a story for you.
This is a collection of collections.
And go inside the boundary-breaking Blue Barn Theater.
We're an intimate off-Broadway, New York-style theater.
And then at 7:30, meet the families of military members killed in the line of duty.
Every day I think about him.
And travel to Agate Fossil Bed's National Monument.
There's a rich legacy of culture and artifacts.
Nebraska Stories takes you on a ride of one of the state's many recreational trails.
It's so relaxing and so beautiful.
These stories and more on Nebraska Stories, Thursday night at 7 and 7:30 Central on NET.
Back at Sun Valley Lanes, the final of the Class C state championship. North Bend Scribner-Snyder wins it 3-1. Let's take a look at the singles competition, which was played earlier. Burwell Ord's Molly Mares wins it, but look at Nicole Kraft, who was in the state championship. She finished second, and also, by the way, Mackenzie Daniels was 6th. So first on the second team, and with Mackenzie Daniels is Stephanie.
Thanks, Larry. Mackenzie, first of all, congratulations on your win. Your first match, you threw a gutter, and then you followed it up with a strike. Can you walk us through how important it is to just stay in the moment for your team?
Yeah, you can't give up just because you have one bad shot. I think that's something that I've learned as we went through the past few seasons. Everybody's going to have bad shots. You just got to keep fighting.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. Coach Sean, so this is the first year that North Bend and Scribner-Snyder have combined teams. Can you walk us through the dynamic and what that means to you?
Well, you know, when we first started the program, I was worried about bringing in other kids from other schools and not knowing how the chemistry was going to work. But this team has been incredible. I mean, they have meshed and they never stop fighting. I mean, they work hard every week and they never give up. We've been down before and they come back and they fight and they seem to pull through things. So couldn't be more proud.
Well, again, congratulations and go enjoy your win. Larry, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Stephanie. Congratulations, Coach Jewell. Congratulations to both of these teams and the state champs from North Bend, Scribner-Snyder. First-year combination of the two teams, and they win a state championship. Now with the trophy and medal presentations, let's go down to our public address announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for our two finalists? And now for your awards presentation, your Class C girls runner-up, Wisner Pilgner Wakefield Gators. Head coach Kathy Gies. Bailey Amon. April Good. Kenzie Kais. Nicole Kraft. Jordan Braun. Mercedes Gustafson. Alex Corona. Ladies, here is your trophy. Congratulations to Wisner Pilger Wakefield, your Class C girls runner-up. And now, here is your 2015-16 Class C girls champion, North Bend Scribner Snyder. Head coach Sean Jewell. Lindsay Peters. Savannah Miller. Alex Cole. Mackenzie Daniels. And Caden Peters. Ladies, here's your championship trophy. Congratulations to your 2015-16 Class C Girls State Champions.
Well, there they are, the state champs from North Bend Scribner Snyder. The Tigers, they win it in Class C. 2 down, 2 to go. Class B state championship coming up next. Pius 10th takes on Waverly when we come back.
No matter how you look at it, animal agriculture helps Nebraska's economy. The livestock industry provides increased tax revenues for schools and community services. Livestock enterprises also create jobs while contributing to existing businesses such as local banks and grocery stores. A thriving livestock industry helps maintain our current way of life, but also provides opportunities for the next generation of farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff helps to raise awareness of the importance of animal agriculture to Nebraska.
Everyone's walking a path, and most paths are best walked together. Because when we travel together, our lives are livelier, our journey more enjoyable, and the places we'll discover will be simply spectacular. To be in a place like no other that unites you all in a state of wonder. Wouldn't that be nice?
Funding for the NHSBF State Championships was provided by the Lincoln Bowling Association through grants from the Alan and Marcia Bear Foundation and the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation. Reminding you that more than 1,000 high school students compete statewide in varsity bowling.
We'll now proceed to the first item on today's agenda.
Log on to netnebraska.org/capital to stay connected to what's happening in your state government. Nebraska Capitol Live brings you daily coverage of important decisions from Nebraska's courts, legislative hearings, and events at the governor's office. In the office or at home, you can always stay informed with Nebraska Capitol Live at netnebraska.org/capital.
NET Sports brings you all the action from the NSAA High School Swimming and Diving Championships, Saturday, February 27th, live from the Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln, beginning at 11 a.m. Central on NET. Live streaming is available at netnebraska.org and on the NET Nebraska app.
Hi, I'm Rachel Schwartz-Colwell. NET brings Nebraska together through coverage of high school and college athletics. Contributions from nearly 1,000 sports partners club members make possible more than 200 hours of sports throughout the year. Members receive invitations to special events like tailgates and live productions. You can join the Sports Partners Club at netnebraska.org. Sports partners like you put the action in NET sports. Thank you.